Hi there, folks, and welcome to the What Solutions for this week's The Daily Rigour, issue number 333. The hottest day of the year so far has been recorded in Cambridge at a temperature of 34.8 degrees Celsius, and we only had to get to the middle of August to experience it. Anyway, that's well below the hottest temperature ever recorded in the UK, which is 40.3 degrees, and that was way back in July 2022. So, nice easy start today. What is the difference in these two temperatures? Well, to find the difference between two numbers, we just have to take them away from each other, and that's going to come to 5.5 degrees Celsius. So, on to our technology story this week, and I thought this one was really interesting. So, there's all this electronic waste, but rather than throwing it, taking it to landfill, the Royal Mint are now extracting gold from it. And 4,000 tonnes of e-waste should generate up to 450 kilograms of gold, which is worth about £27 million at current prices. So you can maybe see why they're wanting to do it. But anyway, at current prices, what is the value of a single gram of gold? So based on this, we can take our 27 million, which is 27 and 6 zeros. We can share that value equally amongst the 450 kilograms of gold, so we can divide by 450. Now that's going to give us the value of a single kilogram of gold. So to get the value of a single gram of gold, we need to divide this by 1,000 because there's 1,000 grams in every kilogram, and that's going to come to a figure of £60. So you can maybe see why the Royal Mail quite fancy doing that. So okay, we've now got the end of the Olympic Games, and Britain, although they came seventh, they actually got the third highest medal count in the recent Olympic Games in Paris there. But they came seventh, obviously, because it's all based on the number of golds you win, first of all. So anyway, we have to try and work out how many bronze, silver and gold medals that Great Britain won. So any excuse to form a wee equation as a mathematician, I can't turn that down. So what we're told is that they won 7 more bronze medals than silver ones and 50 more bronze medals than gold ones, and that they all add up to 65 medals in total. So if we think about the number of bronze medals as being X, well, what we know about the silver ones is that there's 7 fewer than the bronze ones, so there's 7 fewer than X. So this X is our bronze medals, but what we can do is we can add X take away 7, and what that means is we're adding the number of bronze medals, take away 7 from it. And similarly for gold, it's 15 less than bronze, so we could then add an X take away 15, which means we're adding the amount of the number of bronze medals with 15 taken away from them. And all of this algebraic expression adds up to 65, so we can say it's equal to 65. So we formed an equation, and now we just have to solve it. So we're going to do some gathering like terms first of all. So x add x add x gives us 3x's altogether. And if we start at -7 and we go down another 15, that's going to take us to -22. And again, all of that equals 65. So to solve an equation, we need to get x on its own in the left-hand side. So we can get rid of this -22 first of all by adding 22 to both sides. So if we add 22 to the left-hand side to the -22, that just becomes 0, which means that we're left with this 3x. And then 65 add 22 gives us 87. So to find the value of 1x, we just divide both sides by 3, because 3x divided by 3 is just 1x. And 87 divided by 3 is 29. Now we need to answer the question. So we said that x was the number of bronze medals, so we know that there was 29 bronze medals. We know that silver was 7 less than that, so if we take 7 away from 29, we get 22 silver medals. And we know that gold was 15 less than the number of bronze medals. So if we take 15 off of 29, that's then going to give us 14 gold medals. And then just as a wee check, you can check and see that they all add up to 65. So on to our final story from the world of transport. So potholes are the biggest bugbear among drivers in Britain, and no wonder if you've seen the size of some of them. So 6 in 10 people in the new research thought that was their biggest bugbear, ahead of insurance costs, fuel prices, etc. So what percentage of, what proportion of the survey participants were most concerned about potholes? So we have to give our answers a fraction, decimal and a percentage. So of course we're told that it's 6 in 10, so as a fraction that could be 6 out of 10, but Whether it tells you to or not in the question, you should always leave your fractions in its simplest form. So we can divide top and bottom by 2. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 10 divided by 2 is 5, so we should have really wrote 3/5 there. Now to change a fraction into a decimal, we can just do the division. So we can do 3 divided by 5, but it's actually easier to just do 6 divided by 10, because we can shift the 6 down one place value, so 6 units would become 6/10, so that's 0.6 as a decimal. And to change a decimal into a percentage, we times by 100. So to times a decimal by 100, we move up 2 place values. So tenths would become units, then tens. So that's 6/10, so that's going to be 60%. So our second question is our final question of this issue is a wee puzzle to solve. So 6 council workers, 6 hours to fill 6 potholes. So assuming they're filling the potholes at the same rate, how long would it take one council worker to fill half a pothole? Now we're going to argue about the answer to this question for ages, but the actual official answer is there's no such thing as half a pothole. It was a wee trick question for you there, because half a pothole is still a hole, which is still going to be a pothole, and that's not up for discussion. If you want to argue about it in the comments and social media, that's fine, but I will reply to you that there's no such thing as half a pothole. Anyway, folks, that was our Word Solutions for this week. We hope you enjoyed solving these problems. Stay tuned for next week's edition, when we're going to be looking at more stories from the news of the week and the numbers behind them. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, and bye for now.